Hi, and welcome back to practice. I'm Scarlett, and today I'll take you through a mindful movement practice to help create space through your shoulders, your heart, and your hips. Optional props include 2 blocks, but if you don't have them, you don't need them. But if you do have them, you can place them on either side of your mat at the top. We'll begin seated with the right ankle in front of your left. I'm just going to face you, but if you want, you can go ahead and turn to face the top of your mat. And we're going to begin moving right away. So go ahead and interlace your fingers all the way to the inner webbing. Extend your arms forward and then inhale to take them straight up. As you exhale, bend your elbows and take your hands behind the back of your head. Lean your head back into your hands. Open your elbows out wide and find a little lift of your chest. Keep rooting down into your sit bones, and you can even allow your gaze to lift upwards. Feel the spaciousness across the center of your chest cavity. Open to receive your breath here. Make sure you're not dumping in your low back. So think lengthen up into your spine and then a gentle curl back, leaning your head back and then feeling open across your chest into your elbows. Now take a really big breath in here. As you exhale, round through your spine, hug your navel in, draw your elbows in towards the side of your head and drop the weight of your head. Lengthen the back of your neck forward with your hands. And then your hands are just assisting gravity here against your head. So as your hands resist down into your head, gently press the back of your head up into your hands to feel a stretch in the back of your neck. Good. On your next inhale, lengthen yourself all the way back up, stretch your palms up overhead. Keep your arms lifted and exhale your breath all the way down to the bottom. 1 breath retention, so inhale to fill your breath all the way up. And then softly suspend and hold your breath at the top. Through your mouth, release. Good, big inhale here. As you exhale, lift up and over to your right side. So I am mirroring you here. Breathe in here. As you exhale, begin to find that same rounding through your ribs. Take your arms forward. Allow your head to drop with you and circle all the way over to your left side, lifting back open into a side stretch. Then travel through center, baby back bend here, that same scooping of the shoulder blades. And then exhale over to your right side, down and around through center, all the way over to your left side, so making big ribcage circles. And we'll do 1 more of those. So exhale over to your right side, down and around, up and over to your left side. Really allowing it to feel good, like you're stirring into your spine. Good. Pause at center, breathe in here. And then as you exhale, I'm just going to turn to the side to face the top of my mat. Reach your arms wide out to the sides and then tense your fingertips back behind you with your thumbs forward and your fingertips facing back. So find a placement where it doesn't feel too far back, but also not too close. Now bend your elbows and really tent back into your fingertips. And then find that same scooping action. So elbows in, shoulder blades in, lift the center of your heart. And then little length down of your spine. So it's not an overarch, there's length there. Then you can even lift your chin out of your chest so that your throat is open. So the whole front of your body here is open to receive. Good. 1 more slow round here. It looks subtle, but it feels really amazing if you're doing it presently. Good, and softly open your eyes and then walk your hands back about an inch. But now flatten your entire palm so your thumbs still face forward, fingertips face back. Unwind your legs with your knees bent, feet planted as wide as your mat. Pressing into your hands, lift your chest one more time here. And as you exhale, windshield wiper your knees over to the right side. Right hand stays down. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Then as you exhale, rotate over your right shoulder, place your left hand down onto the ground off of your mat so your hands are shoulder width distance apart. The tendency here is the right glute will tuck under, so you can press into your hands, lift your right hip just a little bit and set it back down so your right glute is freed and has more space. Keep a soft flex through both of your feet here so your ankles are long. And then you can stay here facing towards the left diagonal. Or if you would like a little bit more, you have the option of walking your hands onto your mat to face the back of your mat, hands shoulder width, fingers spread, all base knuckles down. If your hands are on your mat and it feels too much, you can always rewind to the left diagonal or walk your hands forward away from your body so you're at more of an incline. Otherwise, to increase the stretch, you can walk your hands back towards your right hip, press into your hands, lift your spine, and feel into your twist. I will ask you to stay on your hands for right now and for this shape, but if you do need, you can always lower down onto your forearms. You'll just get a different sensation. Now bring some awareness here to your left hip. The tendency here is this left hip might want to sag back, but then you'll lose the stretch in your left hip and your left quad. So roll your left hip forward, hugging your glutes in. Keep your spine long and feel into this rotation. Pause here to breathe. Good. From here, walk your right hand back over to the left side of your mat. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And then rotate all the way back to center, bringing your knees back in line with your ankles. Now step your feet so they're hip width distance apart, toes straight forward at the top of your mat. Tense your fingertips back behind you, and with as much help as you need, roll over, grab onto opposite elbows into ragdoll. So really generous bend of your knees here to support your low back. I like to bend my knees so much that it can rest my ribs onto my thighs. And then from here, you can hang heavy either in stillness or you can sway your body from side to side. Allow your head to hang heavy, breathing deeply here. Good, now sway yourself back through center. Release your fingertips down and roll all the way up to stand at the top of your mat. And take your shoulder heads up and back behind you and turn your palms forward. Good, inhale, lift your arms up overhead. And then interlace your fingers all the way to the inner webbing with that same thumb or same index finger in front, arms straight up overhead. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, lift up and over to your right side for a standing side stretch with bound summit hands. Evenly root into both of your feet, and then you can either gaze down, out, or up. The tendency here is for the left shoulder to want to come forward. So bring your right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, so they're stacked in one long line. And then soften your gaze or close down your eyes, and then we're going to hold and breathe here, steadiness through the body, but keep your breath flowing and moving here. Holding perhaps a little bit longer than you might like, but really using this shape to create length through your side body, as well as activate into your legs, into your obliques, into your core. Good, on your next inhale, lift all the way up, pressing into your feet, stretch straight up into your palms. And as you exhale, reach your arms out wide and back, palms face in. You can keep your hands separate or bind your hands all the way to the inner webbing with that same index finger in front. Elbows can stay bent here, or you can draw your knuckles down and away. Please make sure that you're keeping a little micro bend in your elbows so you're not hyperextending. And then hug the base of your palms in so you're holding your own hand like someone that you love. Evenly press into both of your feet, especially the right one here. Find a steady drishti, a point slightly forward that's not moving. Lean over onto your right foot and begin to tilt forward, extending your left leg back and your heart forward into a bound warrior 3. Now in this variation, put a deep bend in your right knee. So you're engaging through your right glute, your right quad, extending long into your spine, into your back left foot, either pointed or flexed. Let's take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, release your hands. Step your left foot back high into this high lunge and circle and sweep your arms up overhead. Use your exhale just to land into this high lunge, into your shape. Finding that little lift through your spine, through your chest, all the way up into your arms. Perhaps throat open, gaze lifts. Noticing how expansive you can feel in this lunge where you are now. Let's take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, circle your hands down. This is where blocks might come in handy if you would like. Otherwise, you can keep your fingertips on the ground and have a bigger bend of your front knee. Your leg doesn't need to go straight. So from here, step your left foot in a footprint or two and widen your left heel out towards the left, moving into pyramid. Root into both of your feet. Begin to shift your hips back and lengthen into your right leg. Hug your outer right hip back, left hip forward. And then from here, let's all take a big inhale to lengthen our heart forward. And then as you exhale, we're just going to hold this halfway lift. So it's a pyramid and halfway lift together. So pressing down into your feet, back through your hips, and lengthen forward through your heart. Take one more long inhale. Slow breath out, feel length into your legs. Good, then pivot back up onto your left heel, back into your lunge. Press into your hands and hug your right heel in, sweep your right leg up and back into 3-legged dog extension. Take a long inhale here. And as you exhale, hug your right knee across your body over towards your left tricep. Press the ground away, keep both of your hands down, and then extend your right leg over to the left side, but keeping your hands down. Left heel stays high, so think fallen triangle, but in a plank position, and left heel stays high. Activating more into the core here. We'll just pause here for 3 slow rounds. You can always drop your back knee as you need. Exhale all the way out. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. And exhale 1. Good. Pressing into your hands. Gently lower your right hip down to the ground and then soften your left knee down. Come onto the inner edge of your left foot and your left leg, and then put a soft bend into both of your legs. Press into your hands, lift your spine upright. So this shape might feel a little familiar. That's because it is. So if it's too much to have your legs straight, like we did earlier in the sequence, you can bend your knees and have both of your knees bent. Otherwise, you can try straightening your legs out, but not all the way, keeping a soft bend of your knees so your legs are more relaxed. You can stay upright here on your hands, or to deepen the twist, we have the option to revolve our arms. So if you want to try this option, go ahead and walk your right hand forward a handprint. Fold your left forearm down first, and then bend your right arm. So your right forearm is parallel to the top edge of your mat. From here, thread your left arm further underneath you, palm up, and then you can turn the left side of your head onto your right forearm to rest. If that's too much with your head, you can bring your forehead to rest onto your right forearm. So your right forearm is just acting as a pillow here. And this is a really deep twist, really amazing right hip opener. So taking any little micro adjustments you need in the beginning of this shape. And then using your breath to further settle you in. Noticing where you might be resisting or clenching, holding on to tension. Really inviting yourself to melt down, knowing that this tension in your body won't last forever. Just softening and breathing here. One more slow round of breath in, and slow round of breath out. And lift your head and thread your left arm first, pressing into your left palm and then your right, lifting your heart up. Good. Then open slightly to the left so you can bend both of your knees and help yourself all the way forward to the top of your mat, unwinding. To reset, now bringing your left ankle in front of your right, palms up or down, and take a moment to reset between sides. Softening your gaze or drawing your eyes closed. And feeling into any after effects of the sequence, any physical sensations in your body. When we do a deep twist, we're consciously compressing one side so that when we release the twist, there's an increase of circulation, blood flow, and physical freedom that you might be feeling if you can tune in to your body. And taking this time to deepen your mind-body awareness. You can softly open your eyes. You can stay facing the front. I'm just going to turn to face you. And we'll start from the very top. So interlace your fingers all the way to inner rubbing. And then just go ahead and switch it so that it's the non-dominant way that you typically do it. Then invert your palms all the way up, inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands behind the back of your head, elbows wide, lean your head back. And just breathe here, coming back into this shape. You can even imagine yourself receiving the light of the sun on your face and into your heart. One more inhale here. Exhale, round in. Allow your head to drop in, elbows in. Lengthen the back of your neck forward. Gently pressing your head down and resisting up. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Reach your arms straight up overhead. And as you exhale, reach up and over to your left side. And we'll begin those 3 ribcage circles on this side. So breathe in. As you exhale, initiate from your low belly into your ribs. Circle your palms forward, around, up and over to your right side. and around over to your left side. Exhale to guide you over to the right side. Inhale for this half circle up. One more exhale. And inhale. All the way up. And then as you exhale, arms open out wide. I'm just going to turn to face the top of my mat. Bring your fingertips back behind you. Thumbs forward, fingertips face back, tenting down to puff your heart up. Lift your chin out of your chest, open your throat, a place of creative expression, honesty, and truth. Not only in communication with others, but in communication with ourselves. Good. Then neutralize into your spine. Flatten both of your palms back behind you. And then unwind your legs, step your feet down as wide as your mat. Windshield your knees over to the left side. And then inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, pivot over your shoulder. Bring your right hand down to the ground, hand shoulder width. Great place to stay diagonally, or you can walk your hands onto your mat, either closer in towards your hip or at an incline. Knowing that sides may be different, so checking in to see what feels best for your body on this side today. Making sure that your right hip is rotating over, not collapsing back. And the stillness and the pause is to deepen our awareness with ourselves. So we get into the shape and then we have time to breathe. That's really where the magic happens. Good, now walk your left hand back over to the right if you moved it. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, pivot around, knees back center. Step your feet hip width distance. Tense your fingertips back behind you. Pressing into them, lift your hips up. Roll over your legs, opposite elbow, opposite forearm in front. Into ragdoll, whether you choose to stay in stillness or to move side to side. And sway yourself back through center, release your fingertips down, and roll all the way up to stand at the top of your mat, shoulder heads up and back palms forward. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, interlace your fingers, that same non-dominant grip, palms face up, breathe in. Exhale, hips to the right, torso, upper body to your left. Root into your feet, find a good position for your head, and then we'll breathe here. Good. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, arms open wide, back behind you, binding your hands back behind you. Or remember, you can always keep your hands separate. Elbows can stay bent here, reach your knuckles down long. Breathe in here. As you exhale, shift over onto your left foot and begin to extend your right leg back. So if it doesn't feel good to come into the full position, you can always keep your right toes down and just tilt your heart forward. Otherwise, tilt forward so your body makes an uppercase letter T. And then put a deep bend of your left knee today. So it's almost like a floating lunge. A little preview for where we're going next. Strong and steady through your breath. And know that some days it's okay. If you fall out, it's completely normal. You just come right back into it and embrace where you are. Good. This exhale, release your hands. Step your right toes back. Inhale and blossom all the way up into high lunge. And exhale, a few breaths here to land. more big inhale. Exhale, arms down, either to blocks or the ground. Shorten your back foot in, right toes face the top right hand corner of your mat for a pyramid. And you can have a front heel to back heel alignment or have them more hip to hip, side to side for more stability. Begin to shift your hips back, straightening your left leg towards straight. It doesn't need to go all the way straight. And then from here, inhale to lengthen into your spine. And we'll all keep the halfway lift as we exhale, holding and breathing here. So by holding the halfway lift, we change the sensation in the shape, rooting down more into the left leg, opening into the left hip, warming it up, and also finding that open expansion through the chest and through the spine, open to receive breath. Good on this. Inhale, lift your right heel, press into your hands, hug your left heel, and extend it all the way up and back into three-legged dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hug your left knee over to your right tricep, and then extend your left foot over to the right side, coming onto the outer edge of your foot, right heel high. Press into the ground. If this doesn't feel good, you can drop a knee or come into plank. But really feel this twist and stability. We'll take those 3 breaths here intentionally. So exhale out. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. And exhale, 3. Keeping your arms long, set your outer left hip down and your right knee down and come onto the inner edge of your right foot, soft knees. If it doesn't feel good to have your legs long, remember, just bend your knees again. You can stay on your hands, lifting your spine up, or we're going to revolve over to the left. Left hand forward, right forearm down, left forearm down to create your pillow. Walk your right shoulder further underneath you, and then set your head down onto your left forearm, either forehead or temple. Breathe here. This can be a little bit intense because there's a lot going on, but it can also feel very releasing or help the release of things that might be stuck inside, whether that's physical or emotional. I'll take one more inhale here. And a slow breath out. And gently press into your left forearm, unwind your right hand, then your left. Open slightly to your right side, bend both of your knees, and help yourself forward to reset right ankle in front. I'm just going to turn to face you. Palms up or palms down. Lengthen into your spine, drop your shoulders down. Slow down your breath here. Tune in completely to what you feel. Slow down time as you slow down your breath. Be completely here with yourself. You can stay upright in seated meditation or take a shavasana at your own pace. Otherwise, I'll close practice with you here. Bring your hands to heart. swell a feeling of gratitude into your heart for showing up for you and your practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. In gratitude, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. If you like this video, please make sure to like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe. And you can always connect with me over on Instagram or my website, and all of the information is in the description box below. I'll see you next time.